Hello, welcome to Just Prime, and as part of this video, we are going to see another OOPS principle called abstraction. And as part of this video, we are going to see some of the things related to abstraction, like what is abstraction and what are the different types of abstractions are available, and we are going to see some of the examples and how we are going to achieve it. Right? So these are the things we are going to understand as part of this abstraction. The first one, like what is the abstraction? So this is the basic and important point we need to understand it. And let's see some definition we can see, right? Like abstraction. So abstraction meaning, so hiding the internal implementation and highlighting the set of services. So hiding the internal implementation, how it got implemented, and just need to highlight the services which we are going to offer it, right? It can be either any software, or it can be any user interface or anything, right? So this is the one of the basic definition of abstraction. So how we are going to achieve the abstraction? So basically we can able to achieve the abstraction in two ways, whether you can use the some user interface, or you can use the technologies like interface or abstract class. So that we are going to see the subsequent videos. So basically the abstraction can be achieved in two ways. One thing is you can use some of the user interface, else you can go for the interfaces or abstract classes, right? First we will see some of the examples for the abstraction. First one, like I said, user interface, right? So the first one, like how we are going to achieve the abstraction by using the user interface. Let me show you some of the examples. If we see this the PPT, right? So you can see here like ATM, mobile, remote, and car, right? So these are the things we are using in daily in our day-to-day life. So basically, so here we have some user interface everywhere, right? So basically what we are trying to say here, if we take an example of ATM, so for ATM we have an user interface, so we can able to give the card, and we can key in the card, and we can give the password, right? So after that what will happen, we don't know exactly. So basically it is trying to validate your username, and according to your credit card what you provided, and it will try to cross check with the bank, right? So these are the things which will happen in the back end side, but we as an end user we don't know all those things, like what technology they are using back end side, and what database they are using, what SQL query they are executing. All those things as an end user point of, it's not required, and they are not going to reveal all those things as a security point of view. So as an end user, you just need to give an option where they can insert the card, and where they can key in the password. So we need to give an option to the user. So these are the basic things, right? As an ATM point of view. Similarly, if you take another example as a mobile, right? So as a mobile we have some user interface, and similarly you have some keypad where you can able to key in the mobile number, right? So and similarly you have a dial option, we have an option for disconnect the call. So these are the some of the options you have in the mobile, right? So this is the user interface also you have, where you can able to see the details of your call dials, right? So if you take the mobile only, but how the call is happening, right? How the call is disconnecting, how internally disconnecting to the cell tower, all those things we don't know. As an end user, you don't need to know all those things. So these are the things are abstraction. Similarly, if you take another example as a remote, right? So as a remote, you have some of the interface where you can able to select the number of the channels, volume control, all those things. But how really it is connecting to your TV, what infrared rays it is using, all those things it's not required as an end user point of view. So all those things are abstraction. Similarly for car, so for car you have a steering, brakes, all the accelerator, all those things, right? So how they are connecting each other, and how they are working each other to make accelerate your car and to turn out all those things, right? So all these things are abstraction as an end user point of view, right? So this is one of the way we can able to achieve the abstraction by using some of the user interface, right? And the second use case or second way to implement the interface is you can use the interface or abstract classes. So I can give some of the examples how it can be achieved it. Let me write a simple service. So I'm going to build a simple service which is having two services, service 1, method 1, method 2, and method 3, and method 4, right? So these are the 3 or 4 APIs are available. I have built it and now it's ready for usage. Let me think another user, right? So this user want to call a deposit. Consider this one is a deposit service, and the second is withdraw service, and fourth one is checkbook order, right? So as an end user point of view, if the end user will ask if you want deposit service, then I can say 1. If you want withdraw service, I will say second, right? If they want order for checkbook, I will say third, right? So this is the way the service can be exposed, and this is the end user, right? So we don't know what technology they are using, doesn't matter for me. And the same way, end user point of view, what technology I am using doesn't matter for them. So for them, they want to know the API names, right? So in the corresponding mapping they want to know. So this is the way we can able to achieve the abstraction in case of technology side, right? So you can define the API names, and you can convey the message or the API names to the end users, and they can able to call your API and they can able to get the data. So here we can able to make abstraction between the end user and the services. So as a service provider, we don't need to know what technology they are using. The similarly, as an end user, no need to understand what technology the service got implemented and how it got implemented. It's not required to give all the details, right? So this is the way we can able to achieve uh, abstraction between the end user and the program who got implemented exactly, right? So this is the second way we can able to achieve the abstraction by using the interface and abstract classes, and we are going to see the practical example in subsequent videos. Okay, so these are the two ways we can able to achieve the abstraction. And now the last important point, we have to understand it, and why, what is the benefits you are going to achieve it, right? So what are the benefits you are going to achieve it after applying all these OOPS principle, especially for abstraction? So let me show you the advantages. Yes, if we see here, we can able to achieve 4 advantages in case of abstraction. The first one is security, and this is the major one. So how we are going to achieve the security, right? If you see here, so we have a services over here, we have end user over here, right? So in case of services, whenever we are building the services, we no need to explain the details to the end user, like how the service got implemented and what database we are using, how the request we are receiving, all those things we no need to explain to the end user, right? So this is the way we can able to provide more security between the end user and the services. Similarly, like I said, so ATM, right? So if we take an ATM, so whenever end user is coming and trying to use it, we know to explain to the end user like what technology we are using, what database we are using, what Excel query we are using, all those implementation details we know need to explain to the end user. Also, it's not required to them. So here we are going to achieve the security, right? So that is the first point, we are going to achieve the security. And the second point is enhancement. So how we are going to achieve the enhancement? If you take the service example, so here like I said, here we are clearly we are writing a line, or we are making a we are trying to draw a line, meaning such a way that the technology can be changed at any time, right? So the technology or implementation can be changed at any time. Only the API names we are trying to keep or maintaining the same way, so that way the end user no need to do any change whenever trying to do a technology change. So that is the way we can able to achieve the enhancement, right? And similarly, the end user can change their technology at any time, and they can able to call our API, so they can able to get the data. So this is the way the end user, the service implemented, can change their technology at any time, and so the enhancement is very easy. So this is the second advantage. And the third advantage, maintainability is very easy because these two are loosely coupled. There is no dependency between them except the service name. So here the maintenance is very easy, there is no complexity over here. And the final one is modularity, like I said here. So we have a segregated models over here. This is the service API names, and this is the service implementation. So here you can consider your database and your corresponding technology, your queries, all those things you can categorize as a modules. At any time you can able to change any module. You want to change your database, you can change it. You want to change the technology, I want to change the verification security module. So all those things can be categorized as modules. All those things can be changed in a specific way. So that way all those things can be categorized in a different way, and which things are independently we can able to manage it without depending on other modules. So this is the way we can able to achieve the modularity by using the abstraction. So these are the four benefits you are going to achieve it when you are applying the abstraction principle when you are writing the programs. So how we are going to achieve this abstraction by using the programs, so that we are going to see in the subsequent videos. And I think that's all about this video. And if you like the video, you can click the like button and subscribe the channel for more subsequent videos. And thanks for your time for watching.